Welcome everyone to CyberTitan Day 3. Today is the continuation of our virtual speaker summit as well as the award ceremony. Welcome back to our teams, coaches, mentors, families, supporters, sponsors, and everyone else who might be watching on the call today. I do want to acknowledge that I am speaking to you from the unceded Algonquin Anishinaabe traditional territory. Thank you to all of our speakers yesterday. It was a wonderful day with a lot of interesting conversation. If you happen to miss it, we will be sharing some replays, so keep an eye out to the ICTC social media channels. To start off today, I would like to introduce you to ICTC's President and CEO, Namir Anani, who will open our day. I would also like to reintroduce you to our MC for the day, CyberTitan's National Director, Diana Barbosa. Namir?
Thank you, Sheena. It's certainly exciting to welcome you again for the third day of this exciting initiative and competition, and obviously the award presentation at the end of the day. In the last, I want to provide a synopsis in terms of some of the things that we've heard in the last 2 days, and thank you again to all those that participated and shared a lot of information on the cyber security, the talent development, the threats, and the challenges facing us either now or in the next number of years. To summarize on some of the discussions that we've heard, I think, first of all, we've heard from several organizations, whether it's the Saskatoon Police Services, the Durham, Dr. Tom Keenan, who is the chair of ICTC, Field Effect, and Loudmouth. And they've all touched on the size of the challenge facing us in the next number of years. And I would summarize it into 3 areas and maybe add into some context to this. I think it's, as all of us have been discussing, the first challenge is really this contact-free economy that became upon us as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, but also that already traces of it have been happening over, the trends have been taking place over the years. It's just that the phase of acceleration have taken a whole new dimension in the last couple of months and year rather than in the last number of years in the past. And we've seen the rise of the e-commerce, e-banking, telehealth, online media, and the list goes on. And with that, obviously, comes the fact that most of us are becoming online. It is interesting to know that the world population is around 7.8 billion now, and 4.66 billion have been active online. And as a result also of the recent pandemic and the lockdowns as a result. And 92% of that population, of the 4.6%, surprisingly, have either visited a retail office or transacted online in some countries, either with telehealth or telebanking or retail online. So it shows you the connectivity that the world economy is shaping up to be, and what are the potential threats that could raise as cyber threats take or ransomware or other take a stronger hold in this economy. The second challenge that we're facing is the notion of smart cities and smart economy. It's true that the world population is becoming much more urbanized, whether it's even as a result of the pandemic, although people have moved around and outside the cities, but still the trend is urbanization. And estimated that 55% of the population of the Earth lives in urbanized in major cities, contributing 75% to the world economy, and has the drive to create a lot of the smart connectivities, smart buildings, connected autonomous vehicles, supply chain logistics, and others to make that happen. All englobed with also the smart money or the crypto money that's being created at the moment. And we've seen the rise of that. And I think this is a trend that's going to continue and accelerate in the next number of years as a result of the need for a better mechanism to do micropayments in this Internet of Things economy. But all these devices that are estimated to be 21 billion to 50 billion by 2023 are carrying information on all of us, and from the location, the identity, and many other factors associated with it. The third is again the digital identity and the deep fakes that are created. And Dr. Tom Keenan spoke about that yesterday in terms of how can that impact also our democracy and theft identity in the next number of years. And while we are certainly all, and industries are adopting much of the AI technology to try to safeguard against that, AI is also a double-edged sword because it can create as well vulnerabilities. And there's a lot of discussion, as many of you have heard, that quantum computing may even open up new doors that we have to investigate in the next number of years, because they will change in terms of breaking the encryption codes a lot faster than the systems that we have now, that we've relied on those safeguards for the last number of years. So all to say is that while the challenge is tremendous, the opportunities for talent and the jobs are actually greater in the next number of years. And we have certainly estimated a large growth in the job market in Canada and around the world. And I expect that there will be a tight labor market in looking for cybersecurity professionals going forward. But it all raises the question of how do we create this environment, not only from the high school context, but how can we port it to the post-secondary education and also the industry itself. And it's part of our aspirational goals as an organization. And we'd love to have you discuss and consult with us on this, is that how do we take CyberTitan from the high school environment, where it provides a lot of collaborative, gaming, inquisitive learning capabilities, take it to the post-secondary education in a different format, but also port it to the industry ultimately. So to have a CyberTitan for enterprises to create the cyber resiliency for tomorrow's economy as a seal of approval for training for the professionals that are working for the micro and small businesses across Canada. Let me close on saying that it's been a fascinating 2 days. I really look forward to announcing the winners on this. I can't wait to hear the following presentations and conclude the day with a lot of excitement in terms of who are the winners going forward. And by the way, it's important to say that we are already preparing for CyberTitan 5, the fifth phase of it, and actually the announcement of the competition is, or at least the registrations are already open for that. So we entice you to take the time to look at this and subscribe to it and be part of the next phase of the fifth CyberTitan initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Namir, and welcome everyone. Just want to do a quick thank you again to all of our sponsors, CSC, Field Effect, Durham College, and our partners, Octopi and Loudmouth. There is absolutely no way that this could be done without them, as well without the tireless efforts of the coaches, the mentors, and all the parents who pitched in this year as well to make sure that all the kids could participate. Also want to give out a very special thank you to the ICT staff behind the scenes. I get to wear a fancy national director title. However, the hard work that goes on, you have not seen Kayla, who is managing all the production behind here, making sure everybody comes in and off. And as well as everybody knows Sheena, who I can't thank enough. You can't see, she's got banners behind her, basically hiding all the boxes and everything that she's had to manage, and all those great packages that you received were all with very much love and care by Sheena's hands. So thank you very much to Sheena Bolton and all the dedication she puts into this program. And of course, as Amir mentioned, all of our speakers, we have 2 more to come today, but all of our speakers who took the time and volunteered in order to make this event as great as it has been. Before I get into our next speaker, I do have the privilege of announcing the prizes that you are all vying for. I always reiterate, and it's one of the pieces of pride that we have with CyberTitan, is that we all know that you are here doing your best, and you're doing it for the sake of the hard work that you do. We never reveal what the prizes are ahead of time, which just goes to show that you are all very passionate in what you do and not just here for the carrot on the stick. With that said, today's third place team will be receiving, each member of the team will be receiving a $250 gift card to Amazon. Our second place team will be receiving, each member will be receiving a $500 card to Amazon. And because you're all good with patterns and numbers, you should know that the first place team will be walking away with each member with a $1,000 Amazon card. Hope you can put that to some good use and help you with whatever it is that you may have been saving your pennies for. With that, we are going to move to our first speaker of the day, and it's an honor to introduce Brigadier General Patrice Sabourin, who was born in Quebec City and started his career in 1987 at the Royal Military College in Saint Jean. Brigadier General was the CO of the Canadian Forces Station Alert from January to July of 2005, and he commanded Commander Canadian Forces Information Operations Group. He also deployed 1 year at ISAF headquarters as a planning officer for the Stability Division. He has a master's degree in science from Institut National de Recherche Scientifique and 1 in defense studies from RMC. He's also a graduate from the Joint Command and Staff Program in Toronto. He also is married and has 3 kids and maintains healthy lifestyle by cycling and running. Welcome to CyberTitan 4, Brigadier General.
Thank you very much. I hope you can you confirm you can hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, thank
Great.
you. So good afternoon, everyone. It is a real pleasure for me to be here, although only virtually, and representing the Government of Canada and the Department of National Defense. You will see that some of my points I'll make are probably will resonate with you. You probably have heard those same points many times in the last couple of days. Certainly repetition is always good. And if there's more than one person that says the same thing, it's probably because there's some element of truth. So, as I said, it is a privilege to address you. I'll speak for about 15-20 minutes and then open the floor for any questions. I would like to also extend the warmest regards and kudos to the team at ICTC for setting up CyberTitan. The president that you just heard, Namir Anami, Diana Barbosa, and certainly Sheena Bolton and the entire team behind working and making sure that is a real success. So we, as Canadians, more than ever, we live our lives online. And clearly, this is another example of it. But globally, we study, we work online, and certainly since the COVID-19, even more so. Whether it's Google Classroom, social media platforms, online games, Fortnite, League of Legends, family Zoom sessions, online presence and footprint grows bigger and more defined day by day. Because of this, protecting ourselves and vital personal information from malicious cyber actors has become a crucial life skill. Becoming a good digital citizen, good quality habits, actions, consumption patterns, impacts the ecology of digital content and communities. Hence, continuous maintenance is a must. To ensure success, the approach educators use to teach cyber skills must evolve and adapt to current times and emerging needs. Academic outreach and engagement needs to be ready to inclusively support this critical role in order to future-proof Canadians through education and training. So technology has shaped the course of human development in history. There have been many inventions which have shaped our world beyond recognition. Fire, the wheel, the printing press. But now in the 21st century, we are in the information age. So what does that mean? It means that where before there was a premium placed on physical machines, large industrial complex solutions, the new frontier is digital. It means that our prosperity as a nation, as Canada, is now tightly linked to the digital world. Information and data are the new currencies. Just consider why companies like Microsoft, Amazon prospered during the pandemic while the rest of the economy was significantly impacted. Additionally, I want to highlight what an instrumental advantage it is to live in the virtual world. When I was your age, I had to go to the library, physically find a book in order to reference a fact. Imagine the time investment that required. Now, everything can be found a click away. This opens a wide array of possibilities for learning and synthesizing. Now, as a real-world application, digital tools help create efficiencies which are ultimately synonymous with a competitive advantage. So by mastering these tools early in your education path, you are setting yourselves up for long-term success. Being comfortable and proficient with digital technology is becoming rapidly an essential skill in the workplace. Actually, it's equivalent to a life skill. Even some basic activities like shopping for groceries and banking. Your parents at your age, like me, had to do it in person. Now they are only a click and delivery box away. The new global order relies on mastery of digital tool sets, and most importantly, data. One of the most significant opportunities of our day is one of data. I already mentioned how it is becoming a driving force for our society and economy. However, there are many challenges still to overcome. There's an overabundance of data in general. Beyond, there are considerations where it needs to be accessible, and very importantly, it needs to be protected. The digital world is clearly full of opportunities, but also equally there are vulnerabilities and risks, which fuel the struggle for competitive advantage in the cyber domain. The type of malicious cyber activities being reported have changed. The most impactful cyber activities have involved the theft of data or personal information. This is especially important when one considers how to structure cyber defense strategies, where there's never enough resources to defend everything. Thus, we must always choose to protect and defend what is the most important, prioritizing efforts and resources where it matters. But I know you probably already know all of that. Cyber professionals remain part of an ever-growing field with many opportunities. It is a domain that is still nascent and emerging as a construct. It is fascinating to see how quickly it is evolving, presenting lots of potential to be shaped, especially by young, bright minds like yourselves. So I'm a general officer in the Canadian Forces. You can see by my uniform. But as part of my job, I lead the development of the cyber force for the Department of National Defense. So I have the challenge and privilege to build something completely new that is increasingly essential to the success of our activities for the reasons I have already mentioned above. The job is exciting with lots to do. No 2 days are alike in my world, but several things keep me up at night and how best to assure and protect our future. Where are the latest threats and challenges in our increasingly connected world where 5G networks, the Internet of Things, emergence of smart city concepts bring fast-paced changes and those extraordinary amounts of data. Recent news on developments such as the space-based low-orbit satellite connectivity to provide worldwide internet connectivity brings benefits of availability of services to everyone, but it also further continues to increase the aforementioned vulnerabilities. How do we all together prepare to support in helping Canadians for what lies ahead? I take pride in my defense community of cyber operators, network specialists, and leaders, both military and civilian, and we look forward to supporting and fostering the growing talent of our future generation in hopes that some will join us in our efforts. We also are always seeking the best and the brightest. So I have served in Chem Forces for 35 years. I know it's a very long time, but I have great pride in the organization and the great opportunities it has to offer. I don't want to come across as biased, but clearly I am wearing the uniform. But my thinking revolves around the importance of developing future Canadian leaders in general. And Canadian youth should be exposed to the opportunities and potential which cyber has to offer as early as possible in order to become excited about the concept and ideas. Unlike me, you are digital natives and are born with computers, tablets, smartphones in your hands. Beyond that, it is important that you are equipped to understand what is happening in the background. My goal today is not to all convince you to join the Chem Forces or the Department of National Defense. It is about encouraging yourselves as future leaders of Canada to keep doing what you're doing, especially if you're passionate about it, and to continue thinking about the new skills you will need to lead in an increasingly interconnected and contested world. If you're starting your own companies, you're working in industry, we are collectively all benefiting from your talent. We are expecting the footprint of cyber specialists within Canada as a whole to continue to expand. And of course, the Canadian Armed Forces and the Department of National Defense are just one part of the ecosystem that is working to ensuring Canada's cybersecurity future success. Furthermore, my own personal philosophy is to recognize the need to employ individuals from all backgrounds and experience levels, to leverage the creative and innovative thinking strategies that they will bring. We often need a new and fresh set of eyes to tackle a problem set. And in cyber, this is particularly critical as the landscape is changing rapidly, faster than any one person or even specific group alone can understand. So as the leadership, we are the first who need to think creatively and critically. And in that, we need to engage people with talent and potential. We can teach them the right technical skills beyond leveraging the ones they already possess. What does this also mean for you beyond your technical expertise? It is important to think about what you uniquely bring to the table. Actually, there are many aspects of cyber, such as threat hunting, for example, which do not always have a heavy technical emphasis. And there are many individuals employed with intelligence and humanities backgrounds that are also necessary to build the cyber ecosystem. I encourage you to diversify your knowledge, to pursue your interest, and ultimately your enthusiasm and energy are the most valuable resources you have. As you pursue opportunities, no job or endeavor will ever be what you expect. However, you can always choose to make the most of it and maintain a positive attitude. At the end of the day, if you are passionate about what you do and are excited to keep it, then every morning you will always awake with a smile. I do want to touch a bit on the specific ways cyber professionals are harnessed in the Department of National Defense and the Camp Forces. The cyber operator occupation is open to any individual who meets the eligibility and occupational requirements for service in the regular forces or permanent reserve. Those who do not already have the required education, they can enroll in an accredited program, which is subsidized by the military, and learn a range of subject areas in cybersecurity, including network security, unified threat management, Microsoft Linux system administrators, so on and so forth. Some of our general service communication officers, like me, are also employed in cyber-related capacities. Seeking the best and the brightest is what makes events like CyberTitan so innovative and exciting. Initiatives like CyberTitan give forward-thinking students like yourselves the hands-on learning opportunities that help develop those critical digital skills, not only to become good digital citizens, but also to bring real-life scenarios to you to see first-hand vulnerabilities and risk. Furthermore, you are pushed and tested to think critically about what are the best solutions are. This demonstration of skill, curiosity, analysis, and attention to detail in the context of digital environment is foundational for success in post-secondary education in STEM programs. These essential skills are critical to work in many cyber fields and help identify the roles you could fill in support in securing Canadian systems. While we in our defense team seek talented cyber specialists, I will reiterate that so many opportunities across Canada exist for you. You are our future. I hope you have enjoyed the chance presented to you, and I extend my congratulations to all of you for reaching this final stage of the competition. Your interest and involvement in these challenges are commendable, and are particularly working in a virtual environment. And certainly, I wish all the best to everyone, and may the best team win. So I thank you profoundly for hosting me today and taking the time to listen to my perspective. As a leader within the Camp Forces, I always say that people are our most important resource. The future belongs to you, and I will be very proud to entrust it in your hands. On a final note, I enjoy interacting and answering questions, so I invite you to pick my brain as you see fit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brigadier General Sabourin. Just one last call for questions, if anybody has any. And if not, as I mentioned yesterday, if you do end up thinking of anything, please send them our way, and we will contact the Brigadier General and make sure that you get answers to those questions. It looks like we don't have any questions coming in, so thank you very much for joining us today. Definitely a pleasure to hear from you, and thank you for all the support for CyberTitan and the youth. We are going to take a short break. We will start again at exactly, let me look at my thing, at 1:45. So we have about a 15-minute break. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It is my pleasure now to introduce to you Veronique Menard. She has worked for the Canadian federal government for 15 years, and during that time has occupied many different roles, including a data analyst, project coordinator, a compliance management, and now a liaison officer in Montreal. As liaison officer, she helps generate and strengthen partnerships with companies that provide critical services for Canadians in order to assist them in protecting their systems against cyber attacks. In helping these companies, Veronique and her colleagues contribute to keeping Canadian critical services accessible and safe. Welcome, Veronique.
Thanks, Diana. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate all of you folks, who completed this year's CyberTitan competition. I know you've all worked so hard these past few days, and you should be really proud of yourselves. Diana, confirming that you can hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So before I start, I'd like to recognize that the Communications Security Establishment, CSE, is located on unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation. And yeah, as Diana told you, my name is Veronique. I'm really happy to have the opportunity to meet with you and talk to you today, because you folks are on the way of becoming the professionals and experts that we need to defend Canada. And we'll need you to innovate like never before. I'm also happy to be able to share my journey with you, because it's been a fun and interesting one. And I'm hoping that hearing about mine will give you inspiration for your own. So over the next few minutes, I'll talk to you about my professional journey, all of which has been at CSE, which is also home of the Canadian Centre for Cybersecurity, also known as the Cyber Centre. I'll tell you about some of the jobs I've had and talk to you about my experience working in a top secret environment at CSE. Of course, I'll tell you a bit about CSE and about some of the trends we see in cybersecurity. And obviously, I'll give you a piece of unsolicited advice. I'll keep some time for questions, so I'm hoping you have many of them. Also, so you know, traditionally, we don't really talk in detail about what we do at CSE, but today I'll break this tradition a little bit in the hopes that I can show you how fun and unique it is to work at Canada's Cyber Defense Organization. And don't worry, you can stay on the call and hear what I have to say, even if I don't have you don't have top secret clearance. So I started working at CSE just after university. I had studied foreign languages in Cégep and political science at the university. And to be honest, I had no clue what CSE was when I applied for a job there. I read something on their website about telecommunications and I thought, why not? So I was hired as an intelligence analyst, and it wasn't until the second day on the job that I understood why I had been given a top secret clearance and what it is I was going to do. I'd been placed in the Foreign Signals Intelligence Group, and this group's role was, and still is today, to intercept, decode, and analyze foreign communications and signals to help the government better protect Canadians and Canadian interests. So this group seeks to gather intelligence on things like foreign-based cyber threats, foreign espionage against Canada, terrorism, and sometimes on kidnappings of Canadians abroad, to give information to the government to help them make decisions and protect Canada. So in my job as an analyst, I had to read and listen to pieces of intelligence that my colleagues had acquired through collecting signals and transform these pieces of intelligence in reports that government officials read on a daily basis. This means that I had to do lots of analysis on each piece of intelligence to understand the context around it, what each piece meant, and what it was related to, and its significance in the bigger picture. It's almost like I was giving 100 boxes of puzzles that had all been mixed together, and for each piece of puzzle, I had to figure out with what other pieces it fit, in which puzzle they belong, and where exactly in the puzzle that piece would fit. And add a twist to that sometimes we were missing pieces or we had duplicate pieces. So I would do all this analytical work just to find that this piece was already placed in the puzzle, so I would throw it away and start over. That's more or less the job of an analyst. As you can imagine, doing that type of work requires patience and determination. It's not easy, but when you do that type of work, you get to learn a lot about different things you never thought you'd learn about. So that's quite interesting. And when you finally find a piece of intelligence that's worth sharing with the government, it feels great because you know that you've contributed to protecting Canadians in a way or another. So as I grew more comfortable with my analyst job, I started noticing that sometimes we miss pieces to our puzzles, and I started asking my colleagues how we can get these missing pieces. That's when I was introduced to another dimension of my job. So for me to get the pieces of intelligence to analyze, some of my colleagues had to understand the global telecommunication infrastructure. They had to understand how signals travel through it and understand how to acquire the signals we needed. So back to the puzzle analogy then. Instead of looking at puzzle pieces and where they fit, now I was looking at the puzzle boxes and trying to figure out where they were made, where they came from, what material was used, and what types of machine was used to build them. So I was no longer trying to put the pieces together, but I was learning about where the pieces came from and how they were made. And you folks are already more advanced than I was at the time, because back then I had no clues about what signals were, even less ones and zeros. You folks know that phone calls, text messages, and emails are signals and ones and zeros. So you're a bit more advanced than I was. But by little, and with the help of mentors, I became better at doing analysis. I was also introduced to a series of technical tools that my colleagues had developed to do that kind of data analysis. I became eventually comfortable enough with the tools and the techniques that I started teaching other colleagues how to do that work, and I eventually became a supervisor of a team who did that work full-time. I changed positions a few more times, and I eventually landed at the Cyber Center, which is a group within CSC that works at protecting Canada against cyber attacks. This was a complete switch for me, and once again, I started a job without having a clue about it. But again, little by little, I learned about cybersecurity, and now I can confidently say that I understand cyber attacks and how we can defend against them. So my job at the Cyber Center for the past 3 years as a liaison officer has consisted of working with companies and organizations that give critical services to Canada to help them improve their cybersecurity. So when we talk about critical services, we mean services like banking, electricity, drinking water, transportation, grain transportation, all kinds of services that are essential for us, but that could be interrupted by cyber attacks. For the past few years, I've worked mostly with Canadian municipalities and universities to help protect their network so they can continue giving their services to Canadians. It means that I get to work with the folks who do IT security, IT and cybersecurity in these organizations, and I learn about their challenges. Cybersecurity challenges are similar across sectors, but in each sectors they have different flavors because of the different context in which organizations operate. So it's really interesting. I really enjoy this type of work because I get to help others and make a difference in keeping Canada secure. And even if I'm not personally the person who designs the solution, I get to play a part in getting our partners what they need, because when I hear about what my partners need and what types of challenges they have, I bring that back to the Cyber Center and work with my colleagues who are cybersecurity experts to develop solutions. So I get to participate in the process. And on a daily basis, I'll have video calls, phone calls, I'll exchange emails with partners, with my colleagues, and I get to learn about new cybersecurity challenges and issues. And it's a lot of fun because there's always something to learn, and there's definitely lots of work to do. And at CSC, we're able to help other organizations because we've been protecting the government's network and the government's top secret information for decades. So on a daily basis, I kid you not, there are millions of attempts at stealing government information. These attempts are made sometimes by other countries, sometimes by cyber criminals who think they'll get financial gains by stealing private information. sometimes too by individuals who want to test their hacking skills or try just for the fun of it. But I assure you, they have a lot less fun when they get caught though. So these jobs, like the ones I talked to you about, they exist in other organizations. Like the intelligence analyst job I did exists in other organizations, for example, as a cyber analyst job or something like that. But CSC is really the only Canadian organization that's allowed to do foreign signals intelligence, and it's the one organization that protects the government against cyber threats. So that makes it a very unique place to work. As I mentioned earlier, also CSC is a top secret organization. That means that the information we work with and get to see must be protected to ensure the security of Canadians. This is so important that I have many colleagues devoted to developing the best cybersecurity tools to accomplish our mission. One good example of the tools we develop is this one. So my colleagues who were once where you now are put their heads together and developed a tool that automated the analysis of the millions of documents that are sent every day to government employees via email to detect whether or not these documents contain malicious code. So all the documents are scanned by this tool before they're allowed into our network. And if this tool finds malicious code, they're blocked. They don't enter our network. This way we don't download viruses and malicious code. The tool, it uses the strengths of over 70 different analytical services. So we're talking here about different antiviruses, anti-malware, signature database. We have 70 tools like that are all plugged into that one tool. So it's very powerful and it works very well. And it didn't exist on the market. That's why we had to develop it, because we have a lot of data to go through, a lot of documents, and we need to be certain that whatever we allow into our network doesn't contain malicious code. So we went for it and developed it. And it works so well that we've put it online now, so any organization can download it and use it themselves. So if you want to check it out, it's called Assembly Line, and it's online. So we need tools like that to help us tackle the large amount of data we have to scan and the large amount of work we have to do. But also, as you may know by now, cybersecurity is a field in which we must be very fast. We have to be up to date with new threats and find solutions to protect against them very rapidly. So aside from tool, we have teams of people who work shifts to check the government's network. And they check also all kinds of other sources of information 24/7, even on holidays. And to help us stay on top of cyber threats and find the best solutions, we develop partnerships with other organizations. Some like ours, some are companies that specialize in cybersecurity, and some are companies like banks, energy companies, universities, hospitals, all kinds of companies who have cybersecurity teams. So we share information with them, they share back with us, and that helps all of us stay up to date and share best practices and share tools and techniques to protect against cyber threats. So even if we work with classified information, we do exchange a lot of information and we meet with many people. So that keeps things fun. You must have guessed by now that to accomplish our mission and to do what we do, we have very skilled employees. We have some of the best mathematicians, engineers, computer scientists in Canada. These people create cryptography that you could never break, and they also break cryptography used by adversaries. They test products that are used by Canadians to make sure that they're secure. They create information collection and analysis tools that are more advanced than whatever exists on the market. And we even have our own machine shop in which we can build our own hardware, including computer chips, antennas, anything we need that doesn't exist in the market. And that happens quite a bit. So we have programmers too who design tools and web interfaces that allow analysts to use these tools. We have people who speak as much as 5 or 6 languages, and collectively we speak 60 languages and 61 if you count Klingon. And that's because we work with foreign signals, so we need linguists to help us understand the intelligence we collect and translate it into English. But outside of our language skills, computer science, engineering, or mathematics skills, we need people who understand the various contexts and issues we tackle, and we need people who can think like our adversaries and who bring creative and different perspectives to our projects. So this is why we also hire people who studied in literature, arts, music, history, chemistry, political science, and so on. Among our colleagues, we have a metal band singer and an opera singer. We also have a drummer from a famous 80s rock band. We have tons of artists, some of whom design pictures that we use in our publications. And we have people who are professional tweeters who keep our social media platform active so we can inform Canadians about cybersecurity. So that makes for a very diverse workforce. And like other people who have spoken to you before me said, diversity is very important because cybersecurity is so complex. We really need a lot of different input and perspectives to advance in that field. But all people don't come to CSC with expert skills. I certainly didn't. When it comes to new skills, coding languages, technical proficiency, these all can be learned and developed through your careers, and CSC certainly supports that. But what's most important, though, in a candidate, what we look for is a willingness to learn and a passion for problem solving. And because you folks have done the CyberTitan competition, you've shown that you have this willingness to learn and passion for problem solving. So I can tell you my journey has been filled with surprises and unexpected situations. I never imagined I would end up working in foreign intelligence and cybersecurity. I never expected I would one day build algorithms to analyze data. It was really far from my bachelor's degree. And a couple of weeks ago, I took a course on the cybersecurity of industrial control systems. So if you had asked me when I was your age if I believe I would one day learn about securing industrial machinery against cyber threats, I would have thought you were crazy. But the most important part of my 15 years journey at CSC, though, remains the people I met. So working there, I met people who taught me stuff, who became mentors, people who assigned me talent that I didn't see, and they gave me opportunities to learn and evolve. I also met people who taught me about myself and who I wanted to be. And I made some friends who understand what it is to work at CSC in a top secret environment, because after all, you can talk about everything you do at work with your family and friends. So here you are. You're looking to start your career in the next few years, and I'm sure you all have different passions and things you like to do. Maybe you're an assembly person or a Python person. Maybe you like robotics, automation. Maybe you like solving puzzles or learning new stuff every day. Maybe you like customer service or writing. So no matter what you like, and I think other people have said it before me, no matter what you like, there's such a huge need for cybersecurity professionals that with a little knowledge, you could have an exciting career full of fun challenges and opportunities. And I'll be honest with you, working at CSC has been great, and my colleagues would agree, but every company who uses the internet today needs cybersecurity professionals. So no matter what interests you, you're likely to be able to find work in cybersecurity in this field. So if you're indeed interested in securing the transport modes that are used to bring grains in the farm to the market, there'll likely be a job for you in that field. You have to be creative. My advice to you, so here's my piece of unsolicited advice, is to follow your passion. And if you're even just a slight bit interested in cybersecurity, take a few courses on cybersecurity or even just coding courses. But more importantly though, and that's the key, read the news on cyber attacks, follow the evolution of cyber threats, and read about the solutions that we deploy to protect against these threats. Because honestly, there isn't a book or a course that will teach us everything we know about cybersecurity, so it's up to us to read and keep up to date. 2 years ago, the big issue was cloud computing and how to protect it, because most companies are now using cloud services to store their data and even to run their systems. So while we haven't yet solved all the security issues related to cloud, we have a new issue that's trending right now, and it's the convergence of operational technologies with IT. Someone mentioned it before me, IoT, so operational technologies, IT, IoT. Basically now we're connected machines that do physical work, such as pumping water or distributing power to the internet. Unfortunately, many of these machines are built without cybersecurity protections. So hackers are trying to hack these machines to create physical consequences, like interrupting power distribution or interrupting water distribution. We also know that quantum computers are coming, and so protecting against cyber actors who will be using these super powerful quantum computers with artificial intelligence to conduct cyber attacks, that will be a whole other challenge in itself. And guess what? You'll be the folks to be solving these issues because of your sharp thinking and your new perspectives. So again, unsolicited advice, keep reading the news and also keep doing CTFs and competitions, because if you're doing them, we see your passion and we know that you're someone who works hard enough to be in cybersecurity. Also, don't be scared to innovate, because we need new thinking to solve the new problems. So on that note, I thank you for your time, and I'd really love to hear about your questions.
Great. Thank you very much, Veronique. I believe we do have a question or two coming in from our audience.
Yeah, so the first question is, you mentioned all the language that everyone speaks at CSE. What ones do you speak?
I studied Spanish and German when I was in Cégep. I can't say that I speak them anymore, but I did at some point.
Perfect. What is your favorite thing about your job?
My favorite thing really is I get to help people. Like, it's so satisfying when you see that you really gave a tool to someone or you've helped them solve a big problem. It's really satisfying. You're contributing to someone else's work.
Perfect. What are some good places to read about ongoing cybersecurity news?
Oh my God, there are so many. Wow, would I have one on top of my... Well, actually, on the Cyber Center's website, we have an alert page, and all of the important vulnerabilities and threats that we discover, we put them on that page. So that's one place. But there are tons of security magazines. Sometimes I read Wired. There's so many of them. There's even podcasts. So there's a few really good podcasts I listen to once in a while just to keep up to date. There's many resources.
Would you be able to maybe send me an email with a few of those that I can share to the students?
Definitely.
Excellent. And then I guess the last question, you did give some advice. Do you have any specific advice for anyone who wanted to pursue a similar career to you?
Okay, so right now we're just starting to see courses and curriculums being developed for cybersecurity. So it means that if you get on the if you enter the workforce over the next few years, employers are not yet expecting to have people who studied cybersecurity or with a cybersecurity degree. So right now, my best advice would be, like I said, to read as much as you can, because this is the one source of training right now. And then just try to get in, apply everywhere. Try to get in. If sometimes when we see cybersecurity job postings, they require, experience and that many years of experience, apply anyway, because I think in Canada, we're lacking 5,000 or 6,000 professionals in cybersecurity. So there's no way that those people who put these jobs with these requirements will find people who meet exactly that. So try to apply, but also apply on any job that could get you in the door that can get your foot in the door in a security organization, or even like a bank, a telecoms organization. All big companies have cybersecurity teams. So really it's just a matter of being persistent in applying and trying your luck.
Perfect. And I think we have one more question. Sheila just put it up on the screen. Do you get to travel at all for your work?
Yeah, actually, I did travel in my current liaison officer job. I work mostly across Quebec, so I traveled across Quebec. I gave conferences and I met partners in several cities. But in previous jobs, I traveled to the US to see our partners there, to the UK, Australia, New Zealand. So that was really cool. I got to participate in a workshop in Australia for 2 weeks with our partners. So it's really cool. We get to work with these partners and manage the time zones and get to know their culture and how they work. Really interesting.
That's very cool. I think that is all of the questions that I have received. I can give one more second here if everyone has anything else. And I think we might be good. Okay.
Is that it? Okay, if that is it, thank you so much, Veronique. And thank you for everybody who threw in a question as well. And we'll make sure that we get some of those resources, maybe some podcast titles to send your way as recommended by Veronique herself.
Thank you so much for your time, and congrats again, you folks, on organizing and participants on completing the competition. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, and we are running a little bit ahead of schedule, but what we will do is we will take a break right now and come back at 2:25. Welcome back, everyone. Full day of competition, full day of speakers, the Brigadier General this morning, CSE. Just when you thought it couldn't get more exciting, it does. It is time to officially start the awards portion of our 3-day event. Still sitting at the edge of my desk, so excited to be here. And what I want to do is actually introduce Ian from Octopi, and it is time to announce our Defender Award. So with that, welcome Ian.
Thank you so much, Diane. It's my pleasure to be here. It's my pleasure to speak on behalf of the team that included Loudmouth, of course, this year, and Field Effect, and myself, and all the support that ICTC gives us, and our, of course, the sponsors that make it happen. Folks, this was, as every year we improve. Every year we make it better. This year was something really special because we evolved considerably with the new Field Effect platform. And we wanted to capture the essence of essentially a day in the life of a small business that has a significant role to play in Canada's, one of Canada's major national critical infrastructure industries, and that is grain transportation. The challenges ranged from the awesome digital forensics and incident response challenges down to the mundane, the service tickets, if you will, of cybersecurity. It was really important for us as a team to capture all of these different aspects to what is a very tough job in a very demanding situation. But I would be remiss in not suggesting that part of the esprit de corps required and part of the efforts that were put in by the teams really do need to be recognized. And to be fair, the one award that is close and dear to my heart is the Cyber Defender Award, which it can be said is arbitrarily awarded to the student team that we find captures the most important aspects of the challenge. And to back up a little bit, I talk to a lot of industry professionals, and I talk to a lot of very serious people that study both the criminality and the challenges that are out there in the cybersecurity space that work in cyber threat intelligence. And one of the things that we tried to capture was the tremendous difficulty that Canadian businesses have in defending themselves from an adversary that has penetrated all aspects of the network and established a foothold on other infrastructure as well. So this was our attempts to replicate a very serious hack, a hack that would have, if it were to happen in real life, serious criminal repercussions for the perpetrators. And it's also a platform for me to talk about some of the serious issues that we face as Canada unfolds, comes out of recovery, hopefully very soon, and evolves into a digital economy. And I have to credit Team 10, this year's Canadian Cyber Defender Award, for their tremendous esprit de corps. They were not the highest scoring team. But what they realized very quickly is based on their skill sets, based on the information that they had at hand and the tremendous effort that they put in, that they were up against something that they were not 100% equipped to go to battle to. So as the time closed down and a strategic decision was made by the team to format a number of boxes to try and get rid of the malware to score some last-minute points and significant points, that is the kind of ridiculous and exciting attitude that is brought to the table. Now, to be fair, if I were your boss, I certainly would not tell you that that would be the course of action. But based on the information that you had, and based on the situation that you found yourselves in, it was literally a heroic effort at the end and captured both the imagination and delight of myself and the other judges on the team. So once again, the Cyber Defender Award goes to Team 10 for taking aggressive action at the very end to rack up some points. So congratulations to you guys. and gals, you really worked hard at it. And I think probably for me, the most exciting thing of that whole thing was throughout the whole process and throughout the decision making, you had fun, you kept your morale up. And that kind of thing is probably the most important aspect to the competition, is to keep your morale up when things are going really difficult. So congratulations again, Team 10.
Congratulations to Falcon Tech Playwear, coming to us from Centre Wellington District High School in Fergus, Ontario. If you have not started to, we'd love to have you join us online. You should have a link for that. And while you are doing that, I just want to wish every one of you personally a congratulations, starting with Captain Tessa R, and followed by team members Wesley M, Max K, Mateo P, Cohen W, Nick R, and of course their coach, Tim King. Congratulations to you all. I could tell by the excitement as Ian told that story of the work that you did behind the scenes. And I know that a lot of teams were really buying there at the end. So congratulations for your creativity and getting Ian and the team that excited. Again, so we're looking at Falcon Tech from Centre Wellington in Fergus, Ontario. Congratulations. And there they come. Your creativity and
hi guys, just a tremendous effort.
With Tess, as the team captain, would you like to say a few words?
I am just very shocked right now.
Oh, it's black.
Yeah.
I'm shocked too.
I was sitting here eating pie in another t-shirt, waiting to see who won. So I had to go change t-shirts and like that.
Yeah. So for my few words, I guess. So yeah. We've had an interesting year. But I think one of the most important things that I think about our team is the diversity that we have. We have multiple different neurotypes, gender, sexualities, socioeconomic statuses, different streams and stuff, even for like academic versus applied, and the fact that we're from like a rural high school. We aren't like a private specialty school who is completely focused on that. All of us have different focuses. Like personally, I also am really involved in the arts.
Nick literally lives in a field. Literally.
Yeah, we literally have an annual Bring Your Tractor to School Day. So the fact that this is we got this far is kind of insane.
Let me ask you, Tess, how hard was this on a scale of 1 to 10?
It was hard. Yeah, let's just say it was hard.
Yeah. I'd agree with that assessment.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it was funny because I talked with our team back there, and I said, you know what? I probably may have made the same call and said, you know what? Nuke it from orbit, because that's the only way we're going to get rid of it in the dying minutes of the game. That's a great call to make. Great call to make, and a tough one to make. So really congratulations to you and your leadership and your coach and your team for doing the right thing under very difficult circumstances.
Congratulations to the team. Tim, was there anything you wanted to add as the coach?
What a fantastic team this has been. They've just come back at it again and again. Every time they got knocked down, and we got knocked down multiple times, they came back stronger. It's fantastic. And 4 of them are back next year.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Excellent. So maybe we will see you back. Thank you very much to the team for joining us. Thank you for coming on screen. and sharing your excitement. I know that I'm excited for you, and so is everybody in the back. The team is a flurry in the chat. Congratulations.
And thanks, Ian. That was diabolical.
Yeah, we tried.
You did.
Wonderful. Ian, is there anything else that you'd like to add at this time?
Well, stay tuned because there's some big winners coming up. And it's, of course, my pleasure to be part of this every year. And we'll see you again next year.
Great. Thank you. Okay, excellent. So right now we're running a little bit ahead of schedule. So we are going to take a 5-minute break, and we will come back at exactly 2:40 and do our top 3 teams. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back, everyone. That was an exciting moment. I'm glad we took those few minutes to just recompose ourselves. I am now welcoming back to the virtual stage Namir Anani to help me announce our top 3 placing teams. Welcome back, Namir.
Thank you, Diana. What a monumental and exciting time, monumental effort as for all the teams that participated in this event. So it's time to announce the winners of this competition that's culminating at the 10 teams coming to this final. So in third place goes to Sixth Side from Earl Haig Secondary School from North York, Ontario. Diana?
So congratulations, Sixth Side. You have a link in which if you click on that, you will join us in the broadcast studio. While you do that, again, Earl Haig Secondary School comes to us from North York, Toronto in Ontario. And they are made up of Captain Harsith D and team members Christian B, Nathan P, and Daniel L, with their coach, Sasha Nukovic. Congratulations to the team, and we will give them just a moment to join us. It's possible that they were all in class today as well. So I believe that the coach will be able to join us. There you go. Sasha is able to join us. Welcome, Sasha. Congratulations.
I'm sorry. Okay, I can show you. Yeah, my apologies. Okay, I can show you. Here is the class. So I'm teaching at the moment.
That's wonderful.
But we do have Harsith on the line as well. Did you want to say a few words as the captain?
Yeah, our team worked really hard for this, and I'm honestly very honored that we placed third. I mean, it's going from Cyber Patriot. We started last year, we placed gold, and this year we really tried. We got into platinum in Cyber Patriot, and to go top 10 in overall in Canada, and then place third. It's honestly, I'm overwhelmed and very grateful.
Good job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Many congratulations. Wonderful.
So wonderful. And then every team member will be receiving an email with your e-gift card for $250 each to Amazon. So enjoy, and congratulations to your class online, Sasha.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
I'm showing the class as example to follow. Next year, so they would join CyberTitan.
Excellent.
Actually, 2 of the team participants. One of them left my class. Nathan, you will be marked absent.
I was watching the award ceremony.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us, Nathan, and congratulations to your entire team.
Thank you for organizing.
Thank
you. It's a big deal.
Wonderful.
Congratulations again, once again.
Okay, bye-bye, and much appreciated.
Excellent. And the excitement continues now. Back to you, Namir, for our second place winners.
Wonderful. So drum rolls again. For the second place goes to Premature Optimization from William Lyon Mackenzie Collegiate Institute from North York again, Ontario. Diana.
Yeah, congratulations. So that's 2 teams from Ontario, and they are made up of Captain Larry Y and team members P, Theodore P, Andy C, Feng X, and their coach, Brandon Silva. So again, congratulations to Premature Optimization, also from North York. If I have it right, I believe that both William Lyon Mackenzie and Earl Haig are walking distance from each other. So hopefully we'll go back to a time where you guys can just high-five each other for a job well done. If you should have the link, and if you click on that, Kayla behind the scenes will magically have you appear and join us on the broadcast studio. Excellent.
Well,
Hey.
I was unexpected.
Second place, baby.
I was a bit unexpected.
No, it wasn't. We destroyed it.
It was 100%. Okay.
Good
I don't
job.
really have anything to say.
Excellent. Larry, is there anything you want to say on behalf of the team?
Well, we're all graduating this year, and this was a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for us all here. And I'm really, really happy that we won something. I think this is my third year for CyberTitan, and didn't do really well the last 2 years, and I'm really happy I did really nice this year.
Excellent.
Good job.
Wonderful. And thank you for joining us on camera as well, Brandon and Theo. And again, just look out for an email coming to you this week. That will be a $500 gift certificate for each one of yours from Amazon. And I didn't say this before, but I would encourage you to, if you do buy something, to send us a picture or click us and send it over to Sheena. We'd love to see what you guys end up getting for yourselves.
Cool.
Enjoy.
Thanks
Yes,
for
go ahead.
organizing this. And actually, the third place team, Dr. Sacha, is the one who introduced me to this. I am not a teacher. I am actually in cybersecurity myself. And these wonderful students approached me to, do this team. And I just want to say that this competition is perfect. It is awesome. It gives you guys real world skill sets for hardening systems that you guys can put to actual work if you guys do decide to pursue a career in cybersecurity. So thank you, ICTC, for putting this competition together. It's really empowering the next generation.
Wonderful.
It is
Thank you.
100% our pleasure. And thank you to the rest of the team members who made it online today. Congratulations to you all.
Congratulations.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, so now the time we've all been waiting for. You'll have to wait till tomorrow morning. Just kidding, completely kidding. Poor Sheena, the night of the competition was getting messages from people. Do you know who won? Do you know who won? And Sheena, actually, Namir this morning had to pry it out of Sheena. She was not gonna tell who.
She wouldn't even provide it to me. So I only got it in an envelope just now. Okay.
Okay, so in first place, Namir, take it away.
In first place, again, big drum rolls. The CyberTitan fourth national champions are, wait for it, Teapot from William Lyon Mackenzie Collegiate Institute, again from North York, Ontario. Many congratulations, a wonderful job.
Congratulations to Teapot, again from William Lyon Mackenzie in North York. A sweep this year from Ontario teams. Hopefully that's a motivator for more teams across Canada to come in and compete. Congratulations, and that is to Captain Stephen G. and team members Celeste L., Quentin FC, Matthew L., Nathan L., Tracy W., and with their coach, Manny Mingdi Zheng. Congratulations to you all. You should have the link. Please join us in the broadcast studio. We would love to see you. Here they come. Hello, Stephen. Thanks for joining us. Is there anything you want to say on behalf of the team?
I just want to say it's been a wonderful experience. Thank you so much for hosting the event. I think all of us on the team are very proud. Yeah, it was a difficult competition, but we pulled through. Here's Matthew.
Great.
I think the others might be joining. Celeste.
Perfect. Thank you all. Again, I'll repeat it. You each will be receiving an e-gift certificate for $1,000 each from Amazon. Enjoy. Really hard work. Congratulations to this team. Congratulations to all the teams. As I said, this is the first time in CyberTitan history, be it a short one, where we have had one region dominate in this way, especially because even the Defender Award went to an Ontario team this year. Being from Ontario myself, though, I am going to put out the challenge to all of the other provinces and anyone who's thought about joining Cyber Patriot or CyberTitan to go ahead and do that. You are all of you participants are quite amazing, intelligent, and very hardworking and great team players, which will get you a long, long way. So again, congratulations to Team Teapot. I may be coming back to you to ask where that name came from, but we will leave it as it is for now. And then I will pass it back to Namir for some closing remarks.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, wonderful. Thank you very much. And congratulations again to Team Teapot for making it to the 4th CyberTitan Championships. And thank you to all the contenders, coaches, mentors, and ICTC staff for making this happen and paving the way for CyberTitan education and training for tomorrow's economy. All I can say is to the students, continue to work hard, dream big. They always say tomorrow belongs to those that plan for it today. Make sure that you take it to a whole new heights, and we wish to see you, and we hope to see you next year in even larger numbers participating in this exercise. By the way, please start registering for the CyberTitan, the 5th CyberTitan, because it's the registration is currently open. And there's a registration discount if you register before July 1st, and it will closes on October 5th. So thank you again for everyone that has participated in this monumental event and the competition. We can't be more excited than to see all the teams make it to this competition and for the winners to claim their prizes on that. Exciting times, and I wish you all the best of success in the future.
Great. Thank you, Namir. And then I will pass it on to Sheena just to wrap things up.
So yeah, thank you to everyone, to all the teams. I absolutely love the Discord channel that is just freaking out right now with amazing congratulations to everyone. So the community spirit that you have all brought is fantastic. The other thing we wanted to mention that was we did have our exhibition team from the cadets, and they did quite well as well. They were all up there with everyone else. So everyone was on the same playing level. And hopefully that means that next year we can have a lot more cadet teams and a lot more teams from every province, maybe even some provinces we haven't had yet. So congratulations, registration is open. It's cheaper until July. You have until October 5th, and we will see you next year.
Bye, everyone.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Bye.